Hi, I'm Natalie Lowe and I'm a professional ballroom dancer. Tonight's Australian story is about a man I met when we competed together on Dancing with the Stars. Ian Roberts has been on an amazing journey as a footballer, a gay activist and a movie actor. Now he has plans for parenthood, but as he reaches out for that new goal, he's haunted by a harrowing episode from his past.
I would love to share my life with someone who will love me as I will love them. And I would love to share my life with someone who I can care for in a paternal sense as well. I would want my child to know that there is nothing you could not tell me. There is nothing you could do that would turn me from you, nothing. That love is perfect always. There's no exceptions. And it's not anything that can ever be made fun of, and it's never anything to be embarrassed about or feel uncomfortable about.
The wife and myself, well, we had 4 kids and we got our grandchildren. You live through your kids and your grandchildren. That's something he's never going to be able to do. I just told him, even though you are what you are, your mum and I know that you're going to suffer anyhow. I said, because as far as we're concerned, you'll have no children, you'll never have your own family, and that's the sort of things you're going to miss as you get older in life.
When I was like 17, I so wanted to give rugby league away because I was gay. I didn't tell my father then. That was the main reason. And my father pushed me into playing another year. I only played because my father wanted me to play.
I think, like, Ian's reasonings probably for not coming out earlier was because of his role in the community, I suppose, playing football. Football has got a tough image and it's a real men's game, not a gay man's sport.
Footballers, I would say there's a general perception in the public that fighting boys and women, they kind of all clump in.
Oh, he's jumping. I've never seen Ian Roberts do that. He must have been provoked.
It wouldn't take much for me for it to trigger for me to hit another player.
And an ugly brawl has erupted here.
It was living up to an image that, no, there's no way that a gay man would do this, so I'm going to do it.
Oh, what a hit on stage. Ian Roberts just took him out. Gee whiz, they're really going into each other. That one.
When I came out, I think it would have been 94, when I came out publicly, that is. I was sick of pretending I'm family, or I was sick of, for the players, like, this is so not worth trying to be what you're not. But then having to make that a reality and accept it openly is a very different thing to accepting it privately.
I said, look, boy, fair enough, you've come out, that's it. I said, but, like, if you make it public, I said, it's going to knock you off from lots of things, because a lot of people won't want to know you.
Well, having played against you for a few years at the end of my career, the rumours were around, oh, Ian Roberts is this and that and he's gay, and I said, turn it up, he's too good a bloke, and, you know, blah, blah, blah. But now you've come out, do you see it? No, do you see yourself as a...
The media did run with it, and there were lots of interviews that wanted to be done.
International front rower Ian Roberts is undoubtedly one of the toughest players in Australia. He's also gay.
What was it like coming out as an international Australian footballer?
A lot of it was positive. A lot of people, you know, as you get your positives and your negatives, and there were a lot of negative people.
I used to do a lot of those hospital visits. Just basically go there, say good day to the kids, sign a few autographs. Unfortunately, people can say the most disgusting, nasty things. And people would infer or try to suggest about gay men and young boys, the whole pedophilia thing. So I want to know what's going on with the Swans business, mate.
Last Sunday I went to Swans match.
I'm so grateful I didn't do the cowardly thing and walk away or back away from any children I became close with, because if I had, you know, I would never have met Aaron. How come you're wearing one blue and one green sock? Did you get dressed in the dark this morning? Aaron was in hospital for a leg problem. Now, if you had a drawer full of 100 socks, right? He was only about, I think, 9. How many socks would you have to pull out the drawer to get a pair? All the complications, the ongoing complications. He was in hospital for like 6 months.
2.
Well, say if one was black and one was white. He never had any visitors. He always seemed to be on his own. So I'd be going to the hospital just to say g'day to Aaron after training, stuff like that. When Aaron left the hospital, he'd ring me 3 or 4 times a year. And then I next saw Aaron when he was about 14. He was living in a boys' home, and that's because I don't think he got on with his family very well. He was a bit of a wild child. He was using drugs heavily. He wasn't keeping sort of regular hours. He was basically a street kid.
And occasionally, if we were going to the movies, we'd ring Aaron up and he'd come. And I remember one time we gave him a lift home to the refuge, and it was just like, this poor young boy can't be living in here. Where's his family?
The one day, I got a phone call off Aaron. He was in tears. The place he was staying at was a derelict house, and there was just a bunch of younger guys staying in it. I basically just packed up his stuff, said to him, come on, you can come and stay with Kirsty and I till we get you back on track.
And so he did, but his clothes needed a good washing and he needed a good bath.
1 month turned into a couple of months, and it was after a couple of months, I've kind of used to him being there.
Salt and pepper.
I wanted him to stay, and so did Ian.
How hungry is hungry?
We wanted him to be a part of our, you know, small little family.
Is she any good, babe? He stopped using drugs. He was attending school, and he got back into a bit of normality.
Maybe they'll put you in one. Ian sort of took him under his wing. And Aaron knew that he could count on Ian, that Ian would stick up for him and Ian would look after him.
About 6 months-ish, I suppose, after he moved in, I got a phone call that, that changed my life.
Mr. Roberts, it's Detective Monk from the New South Wales Police. We're here to see you.
It was some police officers who wanted to come and speak to me about Aaron.
We got to know Aaron because we were monitoring his involvement with some of the people that we were looking at and investigating.
But what they went on to tell me was that Aaron had been under surveillance, and that prior to him moving in, he had been often checked at known pedophiles' houses.
We had a specific list of targeted pedophiles that we believed at that point in time working together, basically recruiting, procuring young boys for the purpose of their own sexual exploitations. When we first became aware that Aaron was living with Ian Roberts, obviously as an investigator and knowing who Ian Roberts was, we were very, very alarmed in relation to what his involvement was with Aaron.
They told me I'd been under surveillance. Their house had been under surveillance. It was like the greatest sledgehammer between the eyes I've ever been delivered.
Fortunately, we were able to clarify it very quickly, and we were confident that there was no sexual relationship between the two. We knew that Ian had played a crucial role in providing support for Aaron. He was very safe there. He had a good life there. He was getting back on track.
I came home from work one day and there were 2 gentlemen sitting in there talking to Ian. And they left, and I'd said to Ian, "What's going on?" But Ian still didn't tell me.
When the police asked me if I could breach it with Aaron, that they had this information, and would he make a statement and would he be prepared to